Hello, collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. So, you guys, this is Shadow Work Part 2. Welcome back to all of my current followers and subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support of the channel. You guys rock. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for allowing me to be there for you through your life journey, your healing journey, your growth, your evolution, through your pain, heartbreak, loss. Thank you for allowing me to constantly encourage you, to give you knowledge, to share my experiences in ways that I always pray are helpful for you. Welcome in any new and incoming followers and subscribers. Welcome into the channel. I'm so glad that you guys found the Soul Tribe. I pray that the messages are useful for you, and thank you for being here with us. Make sure when you hit that subscription bell to select the arrow and select all, just so that you don't miss any of the other messages that I do provide on a daily basis. All right, you guys, part 2, this is our threads of karma spread. So I'm going to pull the most important messages that are needed to be discussed at this time, give you guys some insights about your strengths and abilities that will allow you to deal with these parts of our shadow. But these are more pertaining to, how we heal, how we find closure, and soul lessons in regards to, our shadow. Okay. All right. So let's get started. I will also pull messages again from Celestial Insights. I'll also give you guys messages from your higher self. And then at the end, I will get you guys a Shadow Wisdom Oracle and your angel number as well. All right. What are the most important messages for the collective at this time? Okay. Sit with the wound. Not everything needs to be fixed right away. Some healing begins when you're willing to stay with what hurts. This reminds me immediately of going through the dark night of the soul. And anybody who has ascended, who has gone through some form of spiritual healing, this is what you experience. Part of that experience is truly taking a deep dive and looking at the things that truly hurt us, whether these are recent things or whether these are things from our childhood, from our past, maybe things that we've forgotten about that somehow just comes up into our memory bank out of nowhere. It is about sitting with what hurts and processing the emotions instead of hiding the emotions, instead of denying the emotions, instead of pushing the emotions away, instead of using numbing tools, alcohol, drugs to get rid of the feelings. It is about truly sitting in those feelings and emotions so that you can truly start to heal them. And this is not a process that needs to happen overnight. This is something that can happen sporadically. You can have, a great day one day, and then the next day something may come up emotionally that may take you into this place of just wanting to be alone and isolated in order to address it. That is okay. That is your right. And it's healthy. It's necessary. It's recommended. It is truly how you begin to see why you are who you are at this point in time, because now you are truly looking at where you come from. This is where you gain emotional intelligence, balanced emotions. But it hurts. It's definitely not the most fun. What else are the most important messages for the collective at this time? Love without self-abandonment. It's a huge one. Because a lot of people right now, I think I said in my messages last week, are at the point of wanting true, authentic love. And I feel like people are realizing that it really starts with the self. But a lot of people have been victims of abandonment wounds, mostly beginning with maybe abandonment from parents. So these are going to be wounds that created trauma at a very young age. Real love doesn't ask you to disappear. Stay present, stay whole, and still be loved. So, this is about not changing who you are to be loved. It is about not abandoning your authentic self, the authentic version of yourself, in order to receive love. Because if you are self abandoning, if you are a chameleon, right? If you have a mask that you can put on depending on who you're hanging around, or depending on who you're dating, or depending on what job you work at, or depending on, right? You are abandoning your authentic version of self every single time in order to receive a false sense of recognition, because your true self is not actually being recognized. It is every other persona that you fake that is receiving the recognition. But what about you? In order to feel whole, in order to feel present and live life with both feet in, it takes you being the most authentic version of yourself that you can muster. Because that version of you is still going to be loved. But somehow, at some point in life, maybe somebody told you that it wasn't, or that you weren't good enough, or that you weren't worthy unless you looked like this, unless you dressed like this, unless you owned this, unless you had that, or unless you hung out with them. So the authentic version of yourself went bye-bye. Piece by piece, pieces of you started to dwindle away. So now you are not whole, because you are trying to put pieces of a puzzle to you and yourself that don't fit in order to please other people. Don't self abandon. Don't try to receive love without it being the authentic version of yourself. What else are the most important messages for the collective? Align with your higher path. The more you align with your soul's truth, the less resistance you'll face. Flow with purpose and not pressure. Again, not pressure, meaning not peer pressure, not family pressure, not whoever else is pressuring you, external to you. This is about you figuring out what you want authentically, what you true desire. That's probably hidden. Check out Shadow Work Part 1 about hidden desires. But this is about you not abandoning who you are authentically in order to align with your higher path. And the more you resist this flow with purpose, the more resistant life can be. And you can tell, because things just don't come easy to you because you are going against what should be. Clear the karmic weight. The past still lives in what you haven't faced. Name the weight you carry and choose to release it now. Again, so falling right under sit with the wound. This is about naming those things that hurt you, person, places, or things, situations, whatever it was that caused pain. It is about putting a name to it, a face to it, so that you can truly choose to release it and stop carrying it. Don't carry this constant weight on your shoulders forever. Yeah. Step beyond comfort. Growth only happens outside the comfort zone. Embrace discomfort as a sign of progress. When you can sit with the wound, sit with yourself, it is very uncomfortable. But once you can step beyond comfort, that is where growth happens. That is where progress is made. That is where healing begins. That is where you truly find your most authentic version of self. Outside of that comfort zone, that's really not a comfort zone because it's a zone made by everybody else that you're pretending to be comfortable in. We want to be honest, like we always are, right? Collective. Even if it's hard to hear, I would rather be honest with you and give you advice that is going to help you in the long run than to make you feel good temporarily, knowing that you're not going to make any progress in your life that you truly desire and want. Change your fate. Your story isn't fixed. It's unfolding with every choice you make. Claim your power and write a new ending. Every day that you wake up, you have a decision to make. There's going to be a lot of choices, big and small, that you are going to make, that you are going to use your breath to make and decide upon. You're going to use your breath by speaking a choice. You're going to use your mind, your thoughts, your intentions. You're going to use your heart. And whether your heart is big or small, it is going to set the tone and create a story. So the question becomes for you, collective, how do you want your story to look? If people were to look back on your life and people were to talk about you, what would they say? What would the stories be about you that are written, that are spoken, that are read? What would be the story you write about yourself? Would that be a story that you would want to pass down to your kids? Would they be excited to read the story or sad to read the story? Every single day you have a choice in the story that you write about yourself. What are the most important insights, strengths, and abilities that will help my collective deal with these soul lessons in order to find closure for past traumas, in order to find strength and courage to move forward and grow, heal, evolve, to find strength in order to love their most authentic self? What are the most important strengths and abilities that will be helpful for the collective? Freedom. Wow. One more. Balance. Balance is key to a harmonious life. Have you been feeling out of sync? Adjust how you spend your time and energy to ensure you maintain a healthy equilibrium. Freedom. Freedom is about following your inner voice. Have you been feeling trapped by responsibilities? Release those burdens and follow what makes you feel free, light, and alive. Align with your higher path. That is your freedom. Inspiration. Inspiration is sparking within you, lighting the way forward. Have you felt stuck lately? Reconnect with what excites you. It will reignite your creativity and motivation. Align with your higher path. And transformation. Beautiful that it landed on sit with the wound, because that's exactly what happens after you sit with your wounds. You transform. You are undergoing a profound transformation. Have recent changes made you uncertain? Embrace the shifts. They are guiding you toward personal and spiritual growth. Caterpillar to the butterfly. Freedom, balance, transformation, inspiration. Beautiful. Let me get you a couple of messages from your higher self collective. Your shadows are just hiding the light right now. Eclipses are temporary. There are many doors that lead to the place you truly belong. I wanted to come out, but it didn't. A few more messages from the higher self for the collective. Your dreams are never farther than you can reach. Yeah. Sometimes we have to get out of our own way, collective, in order to reach our goals, to reach our dreams. We have to stop listening to that outside noise that discourages us to move. You are a beacon for others to follow, so don't hide the bright light you are. One more. Oh, it was already flipped. Beautiful. When you bond with someone in spirit, you both become a greater force for good. Sometimes people become inspired by other people in their lives who they see go through the journey, the healing journey, the process, and come out on the other side. It's scary when you don't know what it looks like. It's scary when you don't know what to expect. Again, this is why I'm here for the collective. This is why I like to share in my own experience, share in the wisdom and knowledge that I'm still also learning along with you, collective. But it is because I understand that it's scary when you don't know. You don't know what you don't know until you know it, is what I like to say. So even if this may not resonate for you at this very moment, because maybe you're not ready to do anything different. Maybe your life is not requiring you, or doesn't feel like a change is needed, or you feel like things, are flowing naturally or okay in the right direction. Okay, then this may not be for you. But there are a lot of people who hide their feelings of unfulfillment, that hide their feelings of sadness, of depression, of resentment, trauma. People hold on to grudges for years, sometimes decades, for things that were never resolved. But what people don't understand is holding on to all those negative feelings and all those negative emotions keep you stuck in the past. And the past becomes your present. The past also becomes your future, because you've never walked away. You've never healed and left it where it's supposed to be, in the past. So sometimes you miss out on amazing opportunities, infinite possibilities, the person you're really supposed to be in love with, because you are still stuck in a feeling of lack and sorrow and pain and hurt and hatred and unforgiveness. But the only person that those feelings are hurting is you. All right, let me pull your wisdom shadow message. What is the most important wisdom message for the shadow, for the collective? What is the most important one the collective needs to hear at this time? What is the most important wisdom shadow message for the collective at this time? What is the most important message for the collective? Okay. Disillusion. I allow all layers of falsehood and attachment to dissolve. I emerge into infinite possibility. Beautiful. Unbecoming all layers placed on by the world, returning to the source of all, swimming in the sea of unbounded freedom, opening to the fullest expression of truth, swirling in mystery and trust, shedding all forms so that anything is possible. If we allow a dissolution of old ideas, parts of self, and layers of our being that aren't serving, if we allow our grip and attachment to loosen, we open ourselves to possibilities beyond what we can currently hold or know. Like salt dissolving in water, the salt does not die and the water does not die. They merge together to create something new that neither of them could be without the energy of disillusion. This state of alchemy, transformation, and shifting quite literally creates a new essence, a new possibility. We can be so scared to lose ourselves that we strengthen the grip and our attachment to what we desire something to be. In doing so, we hold on to outdated ideas and versions of ourselves that are keeping us from the fullest expression of our desires. We can allow an emergence into expanded potential by trusting that we can let go of any control we might be holding. We can allow a dissolving of what limits us and anything we have collected that does not actually serve us. Every ending is an opportunity for a new beginning. Become aware of any layers of limitation, attachment, outdated ideas, falsely created perceptions, or personas. Think about the possibility of experiencing a bigness, newness, or a different way that amplifies ease, delight, and harmony. Contemplations. What is ready to dissolve that you have been holding on to? How can you sink more deeply into trust of the unknown? What possibilities would you open to if nothing held you back? Beautiful message and confirmation for this. Don't try to hold on to old ideas that no longer fit you right now. Just because it's something that you were taught when you were 5 and that's how you grew up, it doesn't mean it resonates with you. Just because you've been in a relationship with someone for 7 to 10 years, don't say, I'm holding on because of all the time spent. Time doesn't matter within a relationship dynamic. How was the time spent? Was it spent fighting all the time, arguing, disagreeing, not being on the same page, and not growing together? Then who cares about the time? The time has been wasted. If there is no growth, if there is no trust, if there is no strong foundation. Stop trying to control the situation. Stop trying to hold on to old ideas that don't work for you. Trust in the unknown, the possibilities as you begin to heal and work on yourself that become available to you when you allow it. All right. Get your angel number to wrap this up for you guys. Thank you guys for still being here with me. I really hope the message resonated, or if not, just gave you some food for thought. Maybe this could help a friend that you can pass it on to. I'm always hopeful that you guys are open to sharing my messages with others. All right, what is the most important angel number needed for the collective at this time? So if you were part of shadow work part 1, then you will know why I'm laughing. It is worth watching. But this was the exact same angel number from part 1. So somebody really needs to get serious about their life, serious about their goals and who they want to be. It says be serious. Angel number 125. The number 125 could be significant. The number 8 could be significant. The number 1, the number 2, the number 5 could be born in January, February, or May, born in August, born on the 12th or the 5th. But it's time to be serious. Whoever these messages are connecting to, invest in yourself earnestly. Your angels are reminding you that your interests and goals must be taken seriously. If you put them on the back burner, the universe will too. Reflect now on a promise you've made to yourself recently. Reaffirm your commitment to yourself and to that promise by repeating this mantra a few times until it begins to sink in. I am worthy. And you are collective. You are worthy of true love, abundance, peace, prosperity, great relationships with romantic partners, friendships, family. You are worthy of all of that. But sometimes you have to let go of what doesn't work in order to allow new information in. That is the message I have for you in Shadow Work Part 2 Collective. Thank you so much for being here. I pray the message was useful to someone, anyone, all of you. If it has nothing to do with something going on in your life, I pray that it just gave you some food for thought. Maybe it'll help you in the future or someone you love. The message did resonate. I would love to know about it. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, you guys, bye.